The content in this podcast is fully AI generated based on real news articles. Listener discretion is advised. For more detailed information and the original context, please refer to the links provided in the show notes, which direct you to the news articles this podcast is based on. Enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
This time, we're taking you on a wild ride through the ever-evolving world of AI. We've got some juicy bits of news to unpack straight from the headlines and research papers covering some big moves from Apple, a fascinating startup called Liquid AI that's making waves.
And even some cool new tools from the folks over at OpenAI. So, ready to jump in?
Let's start with the tech giant we all know and love, or love to hate, depending on who you ask.
I'll go.
Their latest iOS update, 18.1, drops on October 28th.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And it's bringing some intriguing features to the table under the umbrella of Apple Intelligence.
iPhone's getting even smarter. You have my attention, Apple.
But then again, you usually do. And this isn't just your typical incremental update. This signals a major strategic shift for Apple, a sign that they're finally stepping into the ring to compete head-to-head with Google and Microsoft in the world of advanced AI assistants.
Yeah, it really feels like they're going all in on AI this time, although from what I've read, it sounds like they're rolling things out gradually. Not all the features are coming at once, right?
That's right. iOS 18.1 seems to be focused on laying the groundwork, with features like AI-powered writing tools, always handy, and a redesigned Siri interface.
Ooh, interesting.
Apparently, the really big changes to Siri are coming later, though.
Okay.
But even with this update, they're already weaving AI into some interesting corners of the iPhone.
Oh, like what? Give me the highlights.
Well, the Photos app, for one, is getting some significant AI upgrades. There's something called notification summaries, which sounds like it could be a godsend for anyone drowning in photo notifications.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's cleanup, maybe an AI-powered way to organize all those screenshots we all have. But the one that really caught my eye is memory creation.
Memory creation. Okay, that's either going to be incredibly cool
Yeah.
or super creepy.
Right.
Hopefully both. What exactly does it do?
Basically, your phone becomes a sort of digital storyteller. The AI in iOS 18.1 analyzes your photos and videos looking for patterns and connections, and then curates them into these mini-movies, complete with music and transitions. Imagine like a highlight reel of your last vacation, put together by your phone.
Whoa. Okay, now that you mention it, I can totally see why they're beefing up iCloud storage options with this update. All those AI-powered memories are going to need a place to live. So, what else is on the horizon for Apple Intelligence?
Well, hold on to your hats because things get even more interesting. iOS 18.2 is slated for December, and that's bringing ChatGPT support to iPhones finally, along with something mysterious called Genmoji. No clue what that could be, but I'm intrigued.
Genmoji, I don't even want to try to guess on that one.
And then there's Image Playground, another one that sparks the imagination. But the real game changer, the one that has everyone talking, is planned for early 2025. Either with iOS 18.3 or 18.4, the entire Siri experience is supposedly getting a massive AI overhaul.
Wow. It sounds like Apple is really gearing up to give the other AI players a run for their money. Speaking of competition, let's move on to our next big story. Get this, a stealth mode startup called Liquid AI just burst onto the scene, and they're already making headlines. They're claiming their AI models are outperforming some big names like Google, Meta, even Microsoft.
And what's fascinating is that Liquid AI isn't just claiming to be slightly better, they're going about AI in a fundamentally different way. You see, most AI systems today rely on what are called transformer models.
Right.
These are powerful for sure, but they're also incredibly resource intensive, meaning they require a ton of computing power and energy. Liquid AI went a different route entirely.
Yeah, their whole approach seems radically different. They've built something they call liquid foundation models, or LFMs, from the ground up, and they're based on a completely new approach. But I have to admit, I'm a little fuzzy on the details. Dynamical systems, signal processing, it's all pretty high-level stuff.
Let me see if I can break it down for you. Imagine you're trying to teach a computer to understand language, right? The transformer model is like handing the computer a massive dictionary and a super strict grammar rule book. It works, but it's rigid and requires a ton of processing power. Liquid AI's approach with LFMs is more about teaching the computer to grasp the nuances of language organically. Imagine instead of a dictionary, you immerse the AI in conversations, letting it pick up on the flow, the tone, the way humans actually connect ideas. It's more about understanding the essence of communication, less about brute force memorization.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So instead of forcing the AI to follow a rigid set of rules, Liquid AI is teaching it to learn language, more like we do by understanding the flow and context.
Exactly. And this approach, as you might imagine, comes with some serious perks, particularly when it comes to efficiency. Their LFM3B model uses significantly less memory than comparable transformer-based models, especially when it's crunching large chunks of text. And it's fast.
So what you're saying is that Liquid AI has essentially found a shortcut, a way to achieve better results with less computing power. That's huge.
You're getting it. And that brings us back to those benchmarks you mentioned earlier. Liquid AI's LFM 1.3B model, even though it's smaller than some of its competitors, is already outperforming giants like Meta's Llama 3.2 1.2B and Microsoft's Phi 1.5.
Hold on, back up for a second. What exactly do you mean by benchmarks? Help me out here.
Good point. Benchmarks are essentially standardized tests for AI models. They measure performance across various tasks like language understanding, problem solving, even coding. And one benchmark in particular, called MMLU, that stands for Massive Multitask Language. Understanding is considered especially challenging.
So how did Liquid AI do on this MMLU test?
This is the really incredible part. They aced it. MMLU tests across a huge range of topics, from science and technology to history and even the arts. And Liquid AI's LFM 1.3B model is the first non-transformer model to achieve top scores across all these different areas.
Wow, that's kind of a big deal, right?
To put it mildly, we're talking about a potential paradigm shift in the world of AI. This could change everything.
Okay, I'm officially geeking out over here. So what does this mean for us, the everyday users? Are our phones about to become insanely powerful?
Potentially, yes. One of the most exciting aspects of Liquid AI's approach is that they designed their models specifically for efficiency. This means their AI could potentially run locally on smaller, less powerful devices, even offline.
Wait, are you saying no more? I can't help you with that right now. I don't have a good internet connection. Get out of here.
Imagine a world where you have a personal AI assistant that's just as helpful whether you're on a plane, hiking in a remote area, or just trying to save on your data plan. That's the kind of future Liquid AI is hinting at, and it's incredibly exciting.
Mind officially blown. Okay, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's switch gears and talk about what OpenAI has been up to.
Yeah.
Because they're not exactly sitting on the sidelines while all this is happening. So OpenAI, the brilliant minds behind ChatGPT, have been busy cooking up some cool new AI tools as well. And this one is a real game changer. It's called Canvas.
It's like having this virtual whiteboard where you're working on a project and you can brainstorm ideas, pull in research from the web, draft text, and even get AI assistance with code.
Wait, did you say code?
Yeah.
So it's not just for writing. Tell me more about this AI assistance for code.
Absolutely. It's like having a super-powered coding buddy right there in the canvas with you.
Okay.
One of the most impressive features is the code translation tool.
Right.
You can paste in code written in, say, Python and tell Canvas to translate it into JavaScript, C++A, or any other language you need.
Wow, that's incredible. I can only imagine how much time that could save developers. I know how frustrating it can be to switch between languages. Are there any other cool features that stand out?
Canvas has this really neat sidebar that gives you quick access to all sorts of helpful tools.
Okay.
For example, you can finalize a document, get suggestions for edits, and even add emojis, for those times when your code needs a little more personality.
Okay, I could probably live without the emojis in my code, but everything else you're describing sounds seriously useful.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the AI behind the curtain for a second. Is Canvas using the same ChatGPT we all know and love? Or is there something new and improved powering it?
It's actually using a special souped-up version of GPT-4, OpenAI's latest and greatest AI model. They're calling it GPT-4o.
GPT-4o, huh? So that's where all this next-level functionality is coming from. Is that what's powering those handy-dandy shortcuts you mentioned?
You got it. And here's something else I think you'll find interesting. Canvas has these cool little sliders that let you adjust the writing style and complexity level of the AI-generated text.
Sliders. Now you have to elaborate. How does that work?
It's incredibly intuitive. For example, you can adjust the writing length from short and sweet to long and detailed with a simple drag of the slider. and you can tweak the topical complexity level, taking it from something a kindergartner could understand to, say, a graduate-level research paper.
Whoa, that's amazing. Just imagine the possibilities. You could use it to break down complex topics for someone who's completely new to the subject, or even bridge the communication gap with someone who might not be tech savvy.
Right.
This could completely change the way we communicate in general, not just in the realm of writing or coding.
Absolutely. And you know what's really fascinating about this? We often talk about how AI will change the way we work.
Yeah.
But what about how we learn? What if these tools could make knowledge more accessible, opening up new avenues for education and understanding?
Now that is a deep dive for another day. It's amazing to think about how these tools can empower people from all walks of life. Okay, so let's recap for a second. We've got Apple making waves with Apple Intelligence, integrating AI deeper into our iPhones than ever before. Then we have Liquid AI shaking things up with their incredibly efficient LFMs, potentially paving the way for a future of personalized offline AI. And let's not forget about OpenAI, pushing the boundaries of collaboration and communication with their innovative Canvas tool. It feels like we're on the verge of a major AI revolution, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And what's particularly fascinating is that we're seeing innovation on so many different fronts.
Right.
Apple is focused on seamlessly integrating AI into the devices we use every day. Liquid AI is pushing the technical boundaries of what AI models can do, which could have ripple effects across the entire industry. And then there's OpenAI, focusing on making AI more accessible and user-friendly so that anyone can harness its power.
It's like we're watching the pieces of a massive puzzle come together, but we're not entirely sure what the final picture will look like just yet.
Precisely. And that's what makes this whole field so captivating.
Right.
There's this incredible element of mystery and possibility.
Yeah.
We can see the potential, but we don't know exactly where these advancements will lead us.
I don't know about you, but I find it both incredibly exciting and a little bit daunting at the same time.
Right.
It's like standing at the very edge of uncharted territory.
It's understandable to feel a bit overwhelmed. Change, especially on this scale, can be unsettling.
For sure.
But it's also an incredible opportunity. We're witnessing the birth of something truly transformative.
So given all of this, where do we go from here? What are the big questions we should be asking ourselves as we venture further into this uncharted territory of AI?
I think the most crucial question is this. How will we choose to use these increasingly powerful tools? Will we embrace the possibilities using AI to address global challenges, advance scientific discovery, and enhance our creative potential?
Or will we let fear and uncertainty hold us back, missing out on the chance to shape a future where AI empowers us to reach new heights?
It's a choice we all face, both individually and as a society. And the decisions we make today will determine the course of AI's development for generations to come.
It's almost like we're holding the steering wheel of a self-driving car. We get to help guide the direction, even as the technology itself is evolving at lightning speed.
And that's a responsibility we can't take lightly. We need to be having open and honest conversations about the implications of AI, exploring both its potential benefits and its potential risks. We need to be asking tough questions, challenging assumptions, and ensuring that these powerful tools are developed and used ethically and responsibly.
It's a lot to wrap our heads around, that's for sure. But hey, that's what the deep dive is all about, diving headfirst into these complex, fascinating topics together. And speaking of diving in, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on all of this. What possibilities have you most excited about when it comes to the future of AI?
Well, for me, it's the potential for AI to help us solve some of the world's most pressing problems.
Yeah.
Imagine AI helping us develop new medical treatments, combat climate change, or even just make our daily lives a little bit easier and more fulfilling. The possibilities really are endless.
It's an incredible time to be engaged in this field.
It is.
And it's only just the beginning. I have a feeling we'll be looking back at these developments we've discussed today as just the tip of the iceberg.
No doubt about it. And who knows, maybe one of you listening right now will be the one to develop the next groundbreaking AI tool or make a discovery that changes everything. That's the beauty of it all. The future of AI isn't predetermined. It's being written right now, and we all have the opportunity to contribute to the story.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and let your curiosity lead the way. You never know where it might take you. So to recap our deep dive today, we explored the evolving landscape of AI, from Apple's ambitious foray into advanced AI assistants to Liquid AI's groundbreaking approach to building more efficient and powerful AI models, and OpenAI's innovative tools designed to make AI more accessible and collaborative. As we've seen, the world of AI is full of potential, and it's up to all of us to shape its trajectory. So stay curious, keep exploring. We'll catch you next time for another deep dive into the frontiers of technology and beyond.